Good morning, everyone, or whoever's tuned in anyway. Steve will be jumping on soon. Steve and I decided to call this Trackside Beans for this time being. Yeah, and we're just gonna have another random coffee and chat. So if you're out there and you wanna, have a chat, let us know. I'm just currently baby monitoring. So yeah. Good morning, Hobby Stock Modeler. How are you? Yeah, just letting you guys know that probably is like a 5 or 6 second delay. So if I am, verbally talking to you through the chat, obviously there's going to be that whole, I'll say something, wait. Then the message pops up. Then I reply, wait. Then I get another reply, and so on and so forth. If I'm reading this right, there should be 3 people, and oh, hello. Hey, Steve.
Good morning.
Can you hear me fine?
How are you? Loud and clear.
Nice. I'm not too bad.
What's that?
I'm not too bad.
Well, that's good.
Mm.
You did some grooming this morning, I see, so that's good.
Yeah, I look nice and pretty.
I changed the angle so people have to look at the back of my head. Man.
Hey, Wilmer's in.
Good morning, Wilmer.
Do you want me to do that whole share the screen on whereby again, or you're gonna be right?
What's that?
Did you want me to share the chat screen on the share on the whereby camera?
Yeah, well, I won't be able to read it anyway, so.
Okay, I'll just relay it. I'll just relay it as they come through then.
Oh, that could be interesting.
Yeah. So you're just setting up your trains before you jumped on, did you?
Well, I had to kick Colonel Murphy out of the building. You know, the internet kind of had to do its thing, and then I was taking these lift outs out yesterday to do some coloring on them, and was kind of testing things and put them back. You know, I ran frames them, and everything crashed inside the tunnels.
Wilmer said he thought that was the front of your head last episode.
That's my best side, Wilmer. Seriously, that's my best side.
Oh.
But
Claude's on as well. Good morning, Claude.
Hey, Claude. Good morning. Hey, look at all the trees I got made. Look at all these guys.
Trees galore.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use them all.
Mm.
I got plenty of time. Actually, Brian had a really good suggestion on how to make the little ones very quickly, and that actually works. So,
oh, nice. That's good.
He's going to have to do a how-to on it, I think. Whoops. No. Maybe I'll go like that. Yeah, how-to on it, which was actually pretty cool. It involved a bottle filled with PVA and a toothpick, and stick it in with the glue, pull it out, stick the furnace filter on it, let it dry, trim it up, and you're done. Man, he was making, I don't know, he made probably 5 trees in the 10 minutes we were talking yesterday. So
yeah.
Oh goodness. So what did we name this thing this morning? Did you come up with a name?
No, I just took your input and just called it trackside beans.
There you go.
Yeah.
Actually, there was when the railroad, the yard crews, their first break was coffee, and you went. This sign, the thumbs was coffee, going to coffee. Like, cool. Okay. Two of them going to beans, go to lunch. So you see two of those men. Go to the shanty and BS, and then you got this. That was put her in the barn and go home. So that was always a good one.
Yeah.
That layout looked really good.
Yeah, well, I'll show it to the rest of the guys shortly. I've got everything half packed away. I just got to set up the wiring again. Now, Steve, as I said, I found another one of these motors, the V12 that I can't figure out what model V12 it is.
Uh-huh.
But I was going to ask you, are the V12s the earlier versions that the diesels use, and then they went to the V16s and that? Or...
Well, you're asking the wrong person. I know the SD45s were 20s, 20 cylinders.
20 cylinders.
Yeah, they were, and they had a problem with the crankshaft doing this, because they get a little big.
Oh yeah, they get a little start floating in the bearings.
Yeah, I think 16 was normal. I don't know. I guess 12. I probably shoot. I don't know. I don't know if the old what were they, the 567s, the old F7 ones. I don't know if those were 12 or 16, honestly.
Yeah,
but
because the only reason is I know that one there is definitely an EMD 645 motor.
Okay.
Okay. The V12, I have no idea.
Huh. Well, on N scale, nobody's gonna know. Well, I guess they might.
Yeah, but this is the river counter in me going, I need a fucking mag, tick, tick, tick.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you one thing I'm gonna have to do this morning. I'm gonna have to go get a cushion for this bench, man. I'll tell you.
I thought you would have done that because of last time.
I forgot. I should go out, but you know what? I'm not gonna lose this thing. Yeah.
Actually, you know what you should do to it?
Paint it pink.
Not just that, but you know how the backside of it's a bit hollow?
Yeah.
Put a magnet in there.
I think I put it on my head, right?
Yeah, well, anything metal you like, you can put. I'm guessing that's what, a chimney behind you.
Yeah. Yeah, I can slap it up there.
Yeah. Do you ever use it?
I do. Yeah. Actually, it's an old potbelly stove.
Oh, there you go.
And it actually works. I built this place in, what was it? Over a 3-year period, and I think I finally finished it in 05, I think 06, something like that. And I always wanted to put a fireplace out here, and we found that potbelly stove at an antique store with a really good price on it. I think it was like $115 or something. But they had to sell it as a plant stand because it's illegal to sell it as a wood stove because they don't meet the safety standards, but they worked for that way for 100 years or more.
Oh yeah.
All of a sudden you had to call it a plant stand. So we bought the plant stand and fired it up, and it works great.
Yeah. Wilma and Claude agree with you that it's N-scale, who cares?
Do what? Say that again?
I said Wilma and Claude agree with you about the engine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Shane's Trains is just joining in.
Hello, James.
He's asking, where's the beans?
Where's beans? I had those last night. They're still around. I can go get some beans.
I did get as far as getting ready to make a coffee, and then I gone, bugger it. I'll get myself a can of Coke and. now I kind of regret it because now I want coffee. Because I'm watching you drink coffee and my mouth is just watering for coffee.
Yeah, I've got a thermos over here. I can just pour it in.
Oh,
I might have to go make some more, but I should just put a coffee pot out here.
yeah.
That would be cool.
Oh, I am going to butcher this. Schuylkill River Valley?
John, Schuylkill Valley. Yeah. Hello, John. Good morning.
How do you pronounce it? Schuylkill.
Schuylkill.
So like school, but without the double O in it. Essentially.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes. Yeah, Schuylkill. which honestly, John, the first time I heard that, it's like Schuylkill. Ooh, I'm sure that's how you pronounce it.
Oh god. Because every time I see John's channel name pop up, I kind of look at it and go, crap.
That's just John. We need to get a cheat sheet. Just a clipboard with people's handles, but the real name.
So yeah, but the cheat sheet should be up here. I'm starting to learn everyone's names. I mean, look at Brian. Like every time someone pops up, it's just like that. It's like, what the hell, Brian?
Brian's a school teacher, man. His brain is sharp. He deals with what is it, 5th graders or something? I mean,
oh yeah.
So his mind has to be sharp, and that's what he does.
Oh.
But man, you got a lot done on that thing. You had that thing running already, and you're ready for scenery for your son. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, what I want to do first is I'm gonna hand make some point levers.
Mm-hmm.
So, cause the double slip that I got on there, it's a prick to actually get your fingers in there to flip the actual switch, the points.
Okay.
But otherwise, all the others are pretty easy. But I'm going to bugger it. If I'm going to do that, I may as well just incorporate that and then build the scenery around it. As I said, it's for my son. He's 6 years old, so it's not going to be the neatest thing in the world.
Well, yeah, because you don't want it too delicate. Not with a 6-year-old.
Oh, no, he still has to be delicate with it. I'm not going to start teaching him bad habits.
Yeah, he's got to learn, right?
Yeah. But it's good because it's so small, I can just put it under my layout.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about putting where this pile of cars is. There's these are all in case we get brave and try to do what we did a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah.
But there's 4 tracks here, basically. This, I don't know if you can even see, but there's 2 here. But this one right here, I was going to put I was thinking a scrap thing anyway. And shoot, I've got a whole drawer full of locomotive body parts that, cannibalize for getting some of the stuff running. And
yep. I'm just going off camera for 2 seconds. I am still here. You are
still here. Well, if anybody wants to jump on, it's just going to be like last time. We're just going to talk crap about Shannon.
Hang on. When did I become the center of attention?
Because you're so far away that you can't retaliate. And actually, you can't even fly over here now.
Nah.
You'd have to take a slow boat. That's cool, but it's sideways.
Oh, you'd rather it? Hang on.
Well, yeah.
I'm trying to get the camera angle right. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you know how hard this is to... Jesus.
You like doing this, right? Yeah, it looks good. I like that you can run 2 trains.
Oh my God, this is so hard to navigate.
At least it's working.
No, just navigating the camera, it's like, Jesus. There we go, that's probably the best shot I'll get.
Now, why the grid on it? I just out of curiosity.
So whenever I do a track plan, obviously I do a drawing of it. But then I use a program called Extract CAD, which is which is a track designing software. And it's just the one program I found very early on when I was modeling trains, and when I first found it, I got the hang of it. I think I designed like 20 odd layouts for all these random people. They go, oh, I'm trying to think of a layout design. This is the dimensions I've got. Can anyone help? And then, 2 days later, I'll go, here you go. Here's a file. Have fun. Modify it if you want.
Well, it always changes anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, with Extract CAD, like you can obviously print out the track plan and then just pin it out on your baseboard. So, and because I work in millimeters, not in inches, the grid's basically 10 by 10 centimeter square.
I don't know how much a centimeter is.
It's roughly 2.5 centimeters per inch.
Okay. Well, I was asking how to read that ruler, and you said that so and so is the size of a black ant. I got that. I think that makes sense.
Well, okay. Put it this way: they're about 4 by 4 inches.
Okay.
Give or take a quarter of an inch.
Okay. That's close enough. Well, I had a buddy that he passed away a couple of years ago. Good friend. Actually, he's the guy I got the switch engine from, John Felt. A machinist, very meticulous. That guy was a genius. I mean, he built a miniature live steam engine that I was qualified on it, and I couldn't afford to buy it when he passed away. So his estate sold it. But that guy, he built helicopters for Erickson Aircrane, and so that and I would ask him how a measurement. He goes, it's 5/10,000ths of an inch. It's like, John, I'm a woodworker. Give it to me. The smallest I know is like a 16th. I couldn't tell you how much 2/10,000ths of an inch is.
Well, that'll be 1/5000th of an inch.
Huh?
1/5000th of an inch.
What's 1/5000th?
Same as 2/10,000ths. Think about it.
Okay. Oh man, I flunked algebra. Actually, I didn't.
Actually, I was reading up on. I saw this video yesterday, and a guy was talking about diseases and how they spread, and he was talking about the transmission tree, right? And I found it very interesting because he was saying that if with the common flu, you infect roughly 1.4 people if you could decimalize a person.
Oh, I saw that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you saw the same video?
No, I saw a chart for how social distancing works. That if you don't and if you do, and over a period of time. So it was I guess it was the same.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, here's the thing, right? So with the flu, right? He was saying that on average, you infect 1.4 people, blah 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 blah. Once that flu has been passed on 10 times, so if from you to one person is 1, and then from that person to the next set of people is 2, and so on and so forth. If you go down that tree 10 times,
right,
by the end of it, you have pretty much infected roughly 14 people.
Yeah, that's kind of how rumors go.
Yeah.
When people tell something, it changes down, one person tells 3, 3 tell 5, 5 tell 20, 20 tell 100.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so with the circus that's going on at the moment, right?
You mean Conrail?
Yeah, the Conrail. He was saying that on average, a person will infect 3 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you go down the tree 10 times, you are responsible for infecting roughly 250,000 people, give or take a few hundred either side.
Hey, is that Claude?
Yeah, that's Claude.
Yeah, it's Claude.
Good morning, Claude.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Oh,
Well, it's not morning for Shannon. What time is it there, Shannon?
1:30 in the morning.
1:30 in the afternoon. Oh, well, you're wide awake then.
No, 1:30 in the morning.
Oh, 1:30 in the morning. Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Decided he's gonna stay up tonight.
Well, there you go. I don't know if I can get this done. My building desk is rather cluttered, and I've been building this. I don't know if you can see that.
That looks
Light's
like an
not
old
very
coal mine entrance or something.
It's an old stamp mill,
Oh, there you go.
and where they would stamp the raw ore, crush it and stamp it before they'd ship it to. Well, I finally went over to the hobby shop, and he had some mold making stuff, and I had this little brick wall. There again, the light is horrible in here
You
for
put your shirt on backwards.
video. Had this little brick wall. Now this is resin that I had bought off of eBay, I think. And when I went over, I was wanting molding rubber to
You made
make
it top up.
these footings for the bench to set in.
Pretty sure
And
it went
I had extra plaster when
covered
I did, or extra molding
all
rubber.
the front of him and part of me in just one go.
And so I made that.
So top it up.
I molded that, and now I've got both.
He'll be happy to see you. Hey, Ally's on.
Hey, good morning, Ally.
Oh yeah, it would be evening for you over at your end of Australia.
That's right.
Hey, Allie.
You know what the moral of the story is? Clean your track before you run trains after you've been gluing.
I actually got really scared when I wired this thing up for my boy because I'm like, is this thing gonna short? And usually what I do to do some track testing, I use a 9-volt battery. Put the 9-volt battery on, nothing happened. Tried every other loc I had, nothing happened. I'm like, oh no, is there a short? So I've got a bit of flex track, tested on that, nothing. I'm like, okay, battery's flat. I was going to say, why do we hear a spray can?
Because I'm shaking one.
Yeah.
I put some primer on this has a aluminum corrugated roof on it, and I put some primer on it last night, but it was a rusty, it's actually primer for rusty metal, and it works really good because it sticks to, you can spray over rusty metal without cleaning it, and it won't rust anymore. It's amazing stuff.
John from Schuylkill River Valley is back to work now, so.
Oh, okay. See you later, John. Talk to you Saturday, hopefully. You know what? Another casualty I found out yesterday, a model railroading casualty with a Conrail. You can't get alcohol. I got.
Oh yeah, because everyone's buying it up to make their own hand sanitizer.
I'm coveting my last little bit of alcohol, because you can't get it.
Are you using that to clean the rails?
Yes. Actually, what works really good is trouble spots, and that's a graphite pencil. That actually works really good.
What's the cleaning car called? Not the CMX.
No, as long as you keep, I think as long as you keep running trains, you don't have to clean track too much. I have to clean it after I glued. I actually did a whole ton on the coal mine. It's still black, but it's got to get weathered. But let me see if I can pull this thing down so you can see what I did.
Yeah. Steve, I was going to say invest in I know Aztec's no longer in business, but see if you can find an Aztec track cleaner.
Okay.
They look like a gun.
Aztec?
Yeah. Hang on, I'll share the image.
Is that looking a little bit better? Uh-oh.
Can you see that,
Where'd
Steve?
you go?
Ooh, shopping time. It's a shopping channel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So see, it looks like a gondola. It's got a. There's 3 different ones. You got one with like a cloth. You got a polishing pad, and then you got a rolling stone.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and yeah, you basically put it in the center of your train. The rollers are purposely set on on a bit of an angle, so they're not rolling with the track. They're kind of rolling sideways, but they're still rolling forward. If that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, and yes, like as you run the train over and over and over again, it just slowly takes off that little bit of dirt. You know.
Well, I'll have to check into that.
Yeah. Also invest in some dust monkeys.
What's a dust monkey?
Grandchildren.
I told you, Shannon, I've been living under a rock, remember?
Oh, come on, this is like a N scale dust monkey.
Yeah, I've seen them. They just snap on under your car and you just drag them, don't you?
Yeah, what I do is
like a microfiber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've seen.
There you go,
those from Wooden Scenics.
Yeah. That's what they look like.
I'll have to look it up because I have a hard time seeing that on my phone.
Oh, really? Yeah. Hang on, I'll see if I can. Oh, yeah, just. Okay, can you see that?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Let's go into it. There you go. How's that? Can you see that?
Okay, yeah.
And then when you put it on like here's a example on a bloody there's an example on a tanker.
Okay.
So literally all it does is it snaps onto the axle of the wheel on any of your freight cars or passenger cars.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, basically same thing. It just gently wipes the dirt off the top of it as it goes.
Do you have to put any alcohol or anything on it, or just run it dry?
Just run it dry. And yeah, and Allison's just chiming in as well, saying that Knock, which is a European brand, they do them as well.
And they work pretty good then, I guess.
Oh yeah, well I've got one on each of my cabooses.
Okay.
So every time I run a freight train, it's always slowly clean. Like the only time I ever clean the track on my layout is if I haven't run any trains for at least 2 months.
Okay.
Otherwise, I might have to get the track rubber out and polish up some of the points. But otherwise, it's like yeah.
Well, I generally don't, but I was dumping a ton of glue here yesterday, and I totally forgot about it. And that didn't want to run over it.
Yeah.
It's just like, nah, I'm not running. But yeah, actually, all this rock and stuff, this red rock, I've got to dull it down. It's a little bit shiny. It's all stuff I sifted out of my yard. I've got a bucket of this because it's kind of red. It matches everything here. And then if I drive up a road about a quarter of a mile, I get a different color, which is more along, instead of red, it's more on the browns. Where's my red? It's in there.
I'm still here.
Oh yeah, okay. But it doesn't cost anything. Then you can use the Woodland Phoenix grouse and stuff over the top of it. But yeah, I just paint the PVA on it, and then I sprinkled the dirt on it, and then I started doing the rocks and stuff. It actually was pretty good. I'm surprised.
Don't you love it when you have spare controllers? Where's the link to come on? Give us 2 seconds, Wilma. I'll give it to you right now.
Are you coming on, Wilmer? Sweet.
Sounds like it.
Awesome.
If he jumps on, it'll give me a chance to, go grab a coffee and not say anything.
Oh, you wouldn't know how to not say anything.
What's that mean to me?
I thought it was pretty clear.
I'm drinking your tea.
I thought that was very clear.
Oh, God. Can you imagine what it would be like if I did come over there for a holiday and stayed at your place, Steve?
Oh God, my wife would leave. She's like, you guys are crazy.
Well, you reckon your wife will turn around and go, okay, so who's going to be the wife in this relationship right now?
I'm not going there. I'm not touching that one.
Just close your eyes, Steve. Just close your eyes. I'll be gentle.
Oh, man.
Oh Lord! Oh no!
See, that's my mechanic talk coming out there with the mechanical humor.
Yeah.
That's also railroad shanty humor. That's railroad shanty humor too. I was good at it. Most of the stuff that we did, I can't say here.
Well, that sounds kind of like my old golf foursome.
We'd get censored.
It was hard. It was hard to swing the club sometimes.
Because you're laughing so hard.
Laughing or watching behind you, one of the two.
I can imagine, because you'd be looking behind you, it's like, all right, what pranks are they going to pull on me right now?
Yeah, exactly.
I imagine, going down on the ground to pick up something might be a problem, huh?
Yeah, you don't bend over. Get you a putter you can pick your ball up with.
That's funny. Let's see.
Does anyone know the turning curve or the minimum radius for a big boy?
The model or the real one?
The Athens one.
I don't know. I can get my Challenger. I've got an Athearn Challenger, and I can get it around 25 inch. I think it's 22 listed on the box on that one.
Okay, because...
But now the big boy's a tad bit bigger.
No, because I've got the N-scale Athens Challengers and big boys, which I know they navigate 16, but I don't know okay, I don't know the exact dimensions, but I'm going to say this is about a 9 3/4. Oh, hang on. 2, 4... So 4, 8. I'm going to say there's about a 9 3/4 inch radius curve. It'll be interesting if it actually navigates it.
Hey, Shannon, look. No Colonel Murphy.
Well, I was going to say, I'll put the link out. I think Wilma's jumping on in a minute. Not sure yet. Unfortunately, I can't quite
one thing I found interesting on the real locomotives that they run on the narrow gauge, the 282s.
Yeah.
I knew on models, Blackstone doesn't. Blackstone flanges all their wheels. But a lot of models, they won't flange the center drivers, just the front and the back drivers. So they make tighter radius.
Yeah.
The real ones are like that.
Oh, nice.
I got to looking at them in the yard, and the center drivers don't have any flanges. And I don't know if that's just there or if they did that all of, with all of the narrow gauge stuff. But I found that pretty interesting that the real ones did that.
Well, I guess it makes sense because being a light. Oh, hang on, I can't hear myself think. Being a smaller, lighter gauge as such, I guess you wouldn't need, as much weight to sit on the drivers. So you just depend on the front and rear drivers to take on all the traction. But
well, I don't know. It's not even that so much. They're sitting on the drivers. It's that they don't have flanges on the inside of the rail. So when they take a tighter turnout or a tighter turn because of that.
Well, you know, I've always heard that no matter what you do in a model railroad, somewhere there's a prototype for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah.
Now, after seeing that,
I mean,
I was really surprised.
Oh, let's see if I can work this camera.
Oh, I hear steam. That or a cat's hacking up, one of the two.
Holy crap. Oh, either that's gone in a dead spot or I've hit its maximum curvature.
Shannon, can you check chat? Because I want to ask Wilmer something.
You can ask him yourself.
Oh, never mind.
Hey, there he is.
Never mind. I was going to give him my shortcut to get on Whereby, but I think he figured it out.
Oh. Hey, Wilmer.
Hey, Wilmer.
Hey, everybody.
Hey! Not bad.
Let me turn this light on there. Now you can see the glow. Get
There
the
you
glow.
go.
Yeah, exactly.
A big boy does not navigate 9 3/4.
Hey, welcome to Beans, Wilmer.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason it took so long is because Hey, everybody.
Hang on, I'm hearing an echo.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Let me turn this light on there.
Okay, I think we're good. Allison says hello to you, Wilmer.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. Hey, Alex,
took so long.
Okay, I still hear an echo.
Yeah, I'm getting a big echo.
Yeah, we're getting some feedback.
Well, it can't be from me because I've only got a couple screens open and none of them are the streams apart from what I'm uploading.
It's not me. I got an iPhone.
Yeah, I'm the same way. That's all I got's phone.
Is there a
It's not me.
Oh, I think that went quiet.
Boom.
It's amazing how an echo just makes everyone go quiet. Oh wait, no, the echo's back.
Yeah, it's on Wilmer's end because
Yeah, he's just muted and yeah.
yeah, it went away.
Oh, you know what? I will be back in 2 seconds. I'm going to go get a cushion for this seat. My butt hurts.
Okay. Well, don't bend over. And I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go get some more coffee.
All right, you do that. I'm gonna set up. I'm not gonna set up now. Have you worked out what's going on your end, Wilma, or not yet?
And I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go get some coffee.
I don't know what the echo is.
You don't have the stream running in the background or anything like that?
Nah. I shut it off before I came on.
Hang on, I don't hear the echo now. Or not yet?
There goes the echo again.
There goes again.
Actually, what's your microphone input, maybe?
I don't know what the echo is.
Maybe you need to change your microphone settings. Alison, I think you might be. Oh, Shane's in chat somewhere. I'm still here. I haven't disappeared.
Am I back? Hello, testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I can hear you fine, Steve.
I came in the door with a pillow and dropped my modem on the ground. I'm like, oh crap. That was not good.
Yeah, Wilma's still having trouble with his audio at the minute.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh. And this is probably why I don't have a double slip on my layout.
Okay. So far, 34 cars.
That's all good, that's all good, that's in the right directions. Okay, sweet. So I wasn't saying it wrong, or James does not like double slips.
Okay. I think this is going to work this morning. Hey, Claude, I got a question about that turntable bridge. What are you going to do with that thing?
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, what about it?
I don't know. What are you going to do with it?
I'm gonna,
Yeah.
at the very least, I think what I'm gonna end up doing, because I'm not using a turntable in the yard with the dual track.
Uh-huh.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this. I can see where it had an A-frame or probably an A-frame on it
Yeah, I think so.
at one time, and all the brackets are here for all the cables and everything. I think I'm gonna finish that up. I'll stain it and I'll finish that up, and then I'll use it. I'll set it up on the bookcase or something.
Oh, that looked cool.
The most
That is
impressive
very
thing
true,
to me
Allison.
was that, did you build this or your dad build it?
I found it at an antique store for $10, and it's like I don't know what to do with it, but somebody put a lot of work in that thing.
Yeah, looks like it's all scratch built except for maybe the brackets, but they spiked both gauges,
right,
with 2 spikes in each one. So in between these narrow ones, I don't know if anybody can see that. In between the narrow spots on here, there's 2 spikes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, and it's been sitting back here for 2 years. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to use it. I don't know what to do with it, but it just looked too cool just to not buy it.
Yeah, just the track on it alone is pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
And of course, it's dual gauge. It's narrow gauge and standard gauge.
Uh-huh.
But on the turntable, they had to run the standard or the narrow in between, directly in between, so that they line up when they turn the turntable. They couldn't do it like they did in the yard, where you're using a common rail and then just have one extra for the narrow. They can't do that on a turntable. They have to have both.
Hey, Containment's here.
Never thought of that.
So that's why it had two separate on each side.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, I'm going to finish this A-frame out and dress it up. It's going to look really good, I think.
Oh, I bet it will. I can't wait to see it. That's cool.
And I loved it. That'd be great sitting on my bookcase with all my coffee cups and
there you go
and train stuff that I got. So yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, when I saw that,
good
that was
morning,
kind of.
Roy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, morning, Roy.
We lost Wilmer.
Yeah, I know he's having audio issues.
He was having
audio issues, so he'll be back. Doesn't run too bad considering I haven't cleaned the track yet from glue. What do you reckon, Steve?
What's that?
Runs pretty good considering I haven't cleaned any of the track with glue.
Oh yeah, it sure does. Not bad.
Yeah, I don't think James likes the double slip. Every time he goes over it sounds like it's gonna derail.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna work.
It is code 55 though.
Okay.
Well, that's a lot of gaps for those wheels to be crossing over.
Okay, let's. Shannon, how long were we on the other day?
Sorry?
2 hours? When we were on the other day before yesterday, were we on about 2 hours?
Yeah, it was about a 2-hour stream.
Oh, God. That's crazy.
And Allison, yes, that is Henry. I I actually got that at a good price. Dale's in.
Hey, Dale. Okay.
Roy's just saying, Alison, sometimes I feel like I'm the only one in chat. Now you're not alone. It does get a little bit like that in chat, doesn't it?
How many do we have in chat? Just curious.
According to
7.
Yeah, according to my live stream, there's 8 people viewing.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm showing 7, but of course I'm in there too. I've got my iPad in here now so I can see the chat. Hey, Dale.
How's that for a current draw?
I can't
It's still
tell.
it's out of focus. It's still focusing on the train.
And I'm trying to get the best. Oh, there we go. Oh,
That's a little better.
how's that? Can you see that?
Yeah, move it to your left just a little bit.
That left it-
0.3 amps.
0.03.
0.03 amps.
Oh, crap. Okay. Well, for anybody that was here day before yesterday, here's my bravery test.
How many
It's-
cars do you have on it?
I've got 35. I've got 2 on the head end, 4, 10 cars back, and then I've got another one, let's see, 25 back. So I'm going to tack some more on the back end and see what happens.
The layout's starting to look really good, Steve.
That's what happens when you have to stay home.
Yeah. Well, when you get some color on it, I've noticed just putting the plaster on mine, it really changed how it looked.
And trees.
Oh,
I got 16 trees made yesterday.
Hey, make me a couple thousand, would you?
Somebody told me that. It's like, yeah, you make me a couple hundred of them, and it's like, sure, no problem.
Oh, I'm gonna need in the thousands, I'm sure.
Actually, hey Steve,
Yo,
have you tried making those grass tufts yet?
made the what?
The grass tufts.
Oh no, not yet. No. I thought you said brass tufts. Okay, grass. Okay, I have not yet.
And for a simple 2x4 layout, bloody hell, it's noisy. Hey, Wilmer's back.
Hey, Wilmer.
Does this work better?
Yeah, that works fine. No echo.
All right. Let me put it on my little stand here.
Sounds like you had a couple of gremlins attacking your computer then.
It didn't like the computer at all. Trying to get this here.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, I'm getting a coffee.
Okay. I'm doing my bravery test, Wilmer.
I hung it on the computer.
Is that Joel?
Yeah, Joel, you changed it. Now your name. Oh, now I'm getting scared.
Hey,
No,
You
Melvin.
shouldn't be. You're not in my golf. You're not in my golf.
Hang on, wait a second. Joel. Is Joel in here?
Yeah, Joyce came in.
Oh, holy crap.
Melvin's here?
seriously? Joel is. Jesus.
Hi, Melvin.
Well, there's a lot of people that want to drink coffee this morning.
No, we're in Dean's. Coffee's a different show. This is Dean's. Oh God, now I'm scared. I don't even. Let's see. Oh shoot. Damn. Okay. This is where you got to be careful.
You need to put like security cameras in your tunnels, Steve.
Yeah. Well, you might be seeing the inside of them here in a minute. One, two, three.
Wow, Wilmer's layout. Look at that.
Awesome, Wilmer.
I'm trying.
So anyway, how's your morning going, Wilmer?
It was fine till I tried to come on here.
Hey, don't look at me. I didn't do anything. I'm innocent, I tell you.
I don't know why. I do a similar thing with my live chats, and it works out fine. But I know I've heard a couple other guys say that they've had a hard time with the echoing on their end. But the echo drove me nuts. I couldn't handle that.
Yeah, it's very
It's
distracting.
I remember, when was it? It was the other day. Actually, it was last week. I got on chat with Real Wicked Canadian.
Yeah.
And, one of his mates jumped on, and my God, the echo was. I swear, there was like 10 minutes where we were just all staring at each other, just doing nothing.
Let me get this thing ready here.
Oh no, Roy! You serious? Oh, Roy's surgery got cancelled.
Well, that sucks, Roy. Are you having a full knee replacement, or is it just a knee surgery? I've had 3 knee surgeries, so even though they were relatively minor, they still bother me some.
Okay. 40 cars.
40, that's the maximum limit I can put on my layout.
Well, it's half what I've done. I've done 80. But I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. That was before I had any mountain. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, you don't want to do 80, not just yet. I'm missing a box.
Oh, that's what I had, Roy. 2 on the left and 1 on the right. And now the left one's bugging me again, so no telling.
My
Getting
dog
old
had,
ain't for sissies, that's for sure.
my dog had 2 knee replacements too, and that's I'm glad I didn't have to go through that. Oh.
Stop. Hopefully the boss doesn't call me in the morning. Yeah, I'm just hoping my boss doesn't call me in the morning. Because as far as I'm aware, as my other work colleague told me, because I said to the boss, I talked to her after, they finished work. Anyway, and she's turned around to me and said, yeah, we've got tomorrow off and we got next week off. And I'm like, okay. And yeah, I haven't, it's, 2 in the morning now over here. So, he hasn't messaged me, so I have to take her word for it.
Well, I was thinking that the best thing about this Conrail thing is we get to keep you up all night.
Willingly. No, but it's good. I mean, Actually, what do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon we can make it, do morning coffees every now and then? Like do the trackside beans?
Sure, that's one of the great things about having to stay home is everybody's doing live chats during the middle of the day.
Oh,
Hopefully it works.
Not everybody, but I mean, I've seen you guys have been on twice now.
I remember seeing Real Working Canadian was on last night, which was about 6 in the morning for me. Wilma's got my attention.
I wish I could see it better.
Well, I'm going to fix you up here in a second.
My
You guys are
problem is
waiting.
I have to wait until the replay to see it and watch the chat.
Allison, so for the, if everything doesn't change, I've got the next 10 days off. So if we really wanted to, we can do this every day for the next 10 days. But I don't think the wife would be too happy with me. She'd be around and be like, you've got to look after the kids.
Well, actually, my problem is Mom is home from work the next 3 days, so I won't be able to do this until Monday.
Get her involved.
She works for the state, so she still has to work.
Yeah, my wife's having to work from home, which I don't think she minds too much, but she's been dealing with a crazy, sorry about this, Roy, but she's been dealing with a crazy trucker pulling pipe out to a rig. They still don't know what happened, but he was like 14 and a half hours late getting there when he had already called and said he was 30 minutes away. But he did finally get there. But that was driving her crazy.
Actually, there was an accident up north from me, well, in the state north from me, I should say. Don't ask me what happened, but there was what was it? I think it was like a Freightliner, square box cab, and yeah, you look at the photos and you're like, "Where's the cab?" And,
that's not good.
Yeah, like the rest of the truck's there, but there's no cab. Like the cab's just completely been. It's like you hit a 4-wheel drive or something, and it's just completely got ripped, tore it apart.
Yeah.
But by the graces of God, the driver walked away.
Man.
Not a scratch on him.
Usually the only people like that to walk away from a wreck that bad is they've been drinking. No, they don't know what happened to this guy. Yeah, at least I haven't heard the story yet. So, but he didn't have a wreck or anything. That's kind of what my wife was getting worried. She normally doesn't worry about them too much, other than if they're on time or not. But she was actually starting to worry about the guy because he was so far, and they couldn't get a hold of him on the cell. He was out. I think near Carlsbad, New Mexico, is where the truck was heading. But for some reason, he couldn't be reached on his cell phone either. But they've had truckers in the past that would stop at their girlfriend's house or at a casino or something like that instead of delivering the load like they're supposed to. So, yeah, she cringes every time she's got to send pipe out to a job.
All right.
Huh?
I'm going to go attend to my coffee making because I've got as far as putting the kettle on, and that's it.
Yeah, I've got a trucker buddy that about a month ago, he was delivering he runs low boys and heavy stuff, and the place that he was delivering was closed, and there was a normal place off the road where the trucks would park until they opened up. And he was asleep in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden he just kind of boom, the truck moves, and he, it's like, holy crap. He gets out walks around, and there's this sedan buried underneath the back of his truck.
Oh,
I mean, it took off all the way to the back seat. I mean, he sent me a picture of it, and it was like, holy crap. And the guy was standing next to the car. He was able to get out. He ducked and then crawled out the back before he could even get out of his cab. And the guy said that he was not paying attention and looked sideways. Next thing you know, he saw the back of the truck.
they had one like that here in Oklahoma. Lady, the problem was it was a lady driving a minivan, and she had 5 or 6 kids with her. One of the kids survived. And she did the same thing. Truck, I don't know if it was traffic or if he was on the side of the road, but they figure she fell asleep. It was at night, and she ran right in the back of him.
Yeah, when I saw that picture, it's like I couldn't believe that somebody actually did that.
We had major, some minor technicalities here.
Yeah, I've had my share of those, Wilmer.
Mine are quite often.
So are mine.
Mine are too, but they're usually between my ears.
That's the biggest one.
What have I missed?
You guys see that?
Roy's asking Steve, he wishes he could see his layout. He's also asking, Wilma, is that the loco you got from Sparky? Dwight Kelly says yes.
That's it. That's the one.
Roy says 14 hours. He was at a strip club. Exclamation mark.
That could be too.
Well, I heard that they're making deliveries.
In a strip club?
Yeah.
Oh, the wife will be thrilled to hear that.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Allie.
Hey.
Hey, Allison.
How are we?
Good.
Good morning or good evening or whatever it is.
Evening here. It's 23:13.
Hey, Allie.
Oh,
Hey,
I
Allie.
know that, yeah.
Yep. So, Allie, I'm guessing you know everyone. Allie.
I thought I'd just bring up something that I've got.
Saturday.
Yeah, I'm still coming in Saturday. Not a problem with Saturday.
Cool.
I'm just gonna.
Hey, Allie, that was my mother's name.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, not Allison, but Allie. She was actually named Allie. She went by her middle name, but she was named Allie.
Well, she was named after a good person. Me.
And she got tired of being called AllyChat, so she started using her middle name.
No one calls me that, actually. It's funny.
I think it's an American thing because,
Probably, yeah.
Okay, I'm running 35 cars with nothing else. I'm not going to touch it.
Hey, Steve, 35 cars on a smaller layout like that looks like 135.
Well, and with the tight radius, I mean, this thing's going to string line eventually. It's going to pull off because it's just too heavy. I mean, I got 6 locomotives on the head end.
Oh, we've got Dwight on. And hang on, is Dwight Possum Bayo? Oh, Garrett. Steve.
What?
Garrett. It's Garrett.
I was wondering if I could get this to work.
I don't care if it doesn't move. I'm just happy to see it.
Oh, that's what that. Okay, I heard you guys talking about
What
that.
how loud this is.
Haven't you seen it, Garrett, before, Claude?
No.
Oh, wow.
I've never researched Australian railroads, but
Well, I think it was originally a British design. South Africa then adopted it, and then we adopted it.
huh. So that's the water in front, I take it?
Yep.
Tender in front?
Yep.
Yeah, that's water. They do have water in the rear bunker here as well, but they had automatic stokers, so it's coal in there as well.
Well, that's cool. Now, I'm assuming that's all articulated.
Yeah.
Yes. I haven't got a long enough piece of track to show you, but
I'll have to look those up.
Yeah. The good thing about those, Claude, is the position they actually articulate on is on the pony trucks that sits underneath the cabin boiler. So you got 2 points of articulation.
I'm just having a good old time.
That's the whole point, Wilmer.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Steve,
wasn't prepared for this.
Roy, I think Steve's got the same debacle as you do. Roy's saying, remind Steve that I'm trying to watch you all on my phone, which means that your screens are about half an inch by 3/4 of an inch small.
Yeah. Well, I'm watching off mine, and they're kind of the same way, and they're also about 4 feet away.
Hang on. Roy, I'll
Well, you
fix
see
that for
me
you.
watching. I'm looking over my glasses to see what's going on the
Hang on.
screen.
First, I'll
I
maximize.
can't see the chat. I don't know why I can't see the chat.
Oh, that's better.
There you go, Steve. Is that better, Roy?
You just got to get your glasses on.
Hey, new Fenders is here. Hey, Dale, hope you guys are having fun at home. Construction never stops.
Nope.
that is better.
Oh, I'm maximizing this again. I love the Garretts. So, is that the Eureka model, Ali?
Yeah, that's their latest run. They had they did this one. It was at the 1955 centenary or something like that for New South Wales Government Railways. So it had a special cream and red livery put on it. So this is one with the short bunker. Their first run had the longer bunkers.
There you
As
go.
they were modified, they also had piping that ran across so they could hear the detonators at the front of the loco.
Oh wow, they actually put acoustic piping. Wow, that's awesome. Didn't know that.
Yeah, well, later on they added that in because, as you can see, this is miles away from where the cab is.
Oh yeah.
You never hear it.
I wonder if they did the same thing with the big boys and Challengers.
I don't know, because I don't know if this distance here would be as long as a big boy. I don't know what actually it could be.
No, I reckon it would be because if you think about it, you can get 8 drivers underneath that boiler quite easily.
Yeah, you could.
And then on a big boy, it's just got another 8 drivers in front. So
I just had to turn the sound off because it was so loud. I couldn't hear you guys.
What's it running? ESU?
QSI, I think.
QSI.
Yeah, probably one of the last QSIs I'll ever see in ready to run stuff.
Yeah, I don't have much experience with the QSI stuff. Like I've got one N-scale loco with it, and I wouldn't say it's the best thing in the world, but
QSI was a bit, they're a bit tricky because when you do the factory resets on them, you've got 3 CVs to change rather than just one.
Yeah.
So you can't use the factory reset function on the NCEs to reset them because otherwise it CVs.
That explains a lot then. Because
Yeah,
like,
earlier you've got CV8, you've got CV255, and I can't remember what the other CV is. I got to look at the manual for it. But yeah, it's got 3 CVs you got to reset to make the QSI properly reset.
Roy, don't you start.
What's he said?
Oh,
What's
he's just
Roy doing?
he's just saying that, you know, you're all of a sudden the star of the show, but I'm more focused on the Garrett that's right there.
You're supposed to be running the show, man. You are the director.
Cameraman, not director. If I was the director, I'd be telling you what to do.
You are director, producer, cameraman.
Is that better, Roy?
Hey, Roy.
Now you
Roy,
might be
the
able
reason, the reason for that, Roy, is because when they ask if anybody wants to get on, and I jump on, they go, "Oh crap, it's Claude again."
No, we go great. It's Claude again. And Allie, we've got semi-regulars with awesome sauce.
Okay. Well, I need to run up to the layout room for just a second. I'll be back shortly.
Easy done.
Okay.
Hey, Joel, do you want to say that again? Because I've read that like 3 times and I haven't made sense of it. Or I'm just too tired to make sense of it. I don't know. I'm waiting for this coffee to hit me.
I already got my coffee done. I drink any more. I'm too old for that.
Shannon, is it coffee or is it straight coffee or do you have an additive in it?
It's instant coffee. So 2 spoons of coffee, 2 spoons of sugar, 3/4 milk, and then 3/4 hot water, and then 1/4 milk.
And then a jigger of never mind.
Actually, you guys over in America don't use the same terminology we do with coffee.
Which is what?
Well, I technically made a flat white. You have no idea, do you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I found out it's an Aussie thing, or it might be adopted in some other countries. But if you have, Aussies have gone to America to order coffee and they go, "Oh, I want a flat white. I want a short black."
That's a Starbucks thing, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you go to Starbucks and they've all got weird names for everything, and the sizes even have weird names.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Oh, where'd Ally go? Ally just dropped down.
That's what she gets for talking on Starbucks.
Oh, God. Oh, wow.
Oh.
That was the whole idea. I wanted to get on here to show you my layout, which it ain't gonna look like this much longer because I'm gonna tear up and put down track bed, which I should have done in the first place, but I didn't. Because
Awesome.
I want my this main line right here. Well, I want it higher. I got 2 main lines. This is the main line, which would be the Pennsylvania Railroad, would be running on this line, and then on this line is the Indian Head Valley main line or short line or whatever you want to call it, which is the 911's running on the Indian Head Valley run right now.
Is it just me or is Wilmer's frozen? I don't.
No, Wilmer's not frozen.
It's with me.
No, his train's running.
You.
Allie is.
Ally's trying to come back.
Yeah. I know here in Australia we've been having issues with the phone lines and stuff.
I'm going to try to come back too because you're frozen, Wilmer. I can't see you. Let's see.
Hang on. Let me check my
Well, that's
bandwidth.
because I'm really not on. I'm showing my layout.
Yeah, well, I see Shannon. Oh gosh, and I see Claude, but you're not moving.
Yeah.
Downloads is okay. Let's see what my upload is like.
For what I pay for internet, I better not freeze. I'm gonna go down.
Well, I heard that.
Internet on my end's fine, so but as I said, I know we've had issues with our phone lines here in Victoria. Like at work, we've got a bat at work where half the phones, half the phones don't even get through to our line at all. It just goes straight to like a message bank to say the phone line you're trying to call is currently not available. I was like, well, it is. Oh, Steve! Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing I forgot to say the other day while we were having coffee.
What's that?
It was my wife's birthday.
Was it really?
Yep.
What? Well, happy belated birthday.
Yeah. And now I'm just looking through Facebook, and it's now my sister's birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah. And to think she's currently working from home, running 100 people under her.
Wow.
What she
There's
did.
the box.
Ooh, Ally's back.
It's back.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah,
just-
you're back.
I just refreshed the screen.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out what was going on, and I was guessing it was something to do with Telstra's connection.
Well, Crazy Joe said something about my screen's gone black. Well, actually, no, it was Roy. Roy Hardwick said something about my screen's gone black. So I thought I'd try and reset it. It said something earlier about couldn't connect and reconnecting or something like that. And you guys were all working fine. Apparently you guys couldn't see me, but I could see you.
Yeah.
Steve's froze over there.
Well, as I was saying before,
no, he's doing something.
I know some of the infrastructure here in Victoria was going haywire with phone lines and stuff like that. But at the moment, I just did a speed test, and everything checks out at the moment.
Things are running a bit slow because
Well, I guess I should
My
restart
internet's a bit-
because Boomer's still frozen.
Wilbur is not frozen. What the hell? Oh, wait, no. Maybe it's your end, Steve. Maybe you're causing the issue, Steve.
well, I can see trains running around at
But
Wilmer's.
everybody else is moving.
Yeah, I can see Steve fine.
I can see
I
Steve.
see Steve.
Okay,
fine.
well, I'll restart. I'm gonna get out and come back. Okay.
Yeah, I just refreshed and everything just came back.
Actually, Roy just came out with a good point. He said he heard YouTube was going to implement a higher bandwidth to compensate for more people being on from home. In saying that,
We've been YouTubed again.
What is the bandwidth? What bandwidth am I running this
We
on?
haven't said the magic word yet.
Yeah, no. We're not saying Conrail.
It starts with C, but yeah, it isn't Conrail.
Yeah. I know Steve came up with that on Tuesday, and he mentioned something that, from what I understand, Sparky's a fan of Conrail. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I think that he models Conrail or one of the Conrail branches.
Wilma, what is that? And can I eat it?
No, you can't eat it. It's antibacterial wash. That's about the
better
size.
not eat that.
That's about the size you can get around here now,
Jesus.
if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you didn't want to
well,
say the word. Well, I'll give you some mush here.
Yeah. No, I can't remember.
Hello.
Because I know me and Steve were talking about it on Tuesday, and yeah. Hey, Steve, whose channel got flagged for it when he mentioned it?
I can't say that again.
Whose channel got flagged for saying Conrail on their channel, and then the live feed?
Oh,
Someone got flagged for saying Conrail.
all of a sudden, man, they shut him down. I don't know who it was. They're gonna have to let us know because as soon as you mention that.
And Steve's gone.
And His
Yeah.
refresh wasn't too refreshing.
Yeah. Nah. Anyway, as to continue on what Steve was saying, so can't remember who's. I know Brian will know, but yeah, they were doing a live stream. They were talking away. They mentioned
This,
Conrail, and yeah, all of a sudden the
Okay.
live stream just got shut down. The channel got locked out
Yeah.
for 24 hours or something. And yeah,
That's weird.
oh, it's
What?
because YouTube supposedly sent half their staff home or something, and they just put the security settings very high or something like that.
yeah, I mean, Sparky's also got a name for it. I can't remember what it was. He mentioned it on his chat last
The
night.
showstopper.
Showstopper. There you go. Yeah.
Right.
Allison, why do you tease me so?
Because I think people need to see it.
If this was my live stream, I'd say it just to see if they'd shut me down. Yes, I would.
Hey, Allison, is that the Australian version or is that the?
It is an Australian standard Garrett.
Looks very similar to the South African one.
Sorry?
Well, I don't know if it's because the image is a bit blurry on my end, but it reminds me of the South African one.
Well, it is a 482-284. It's very similar to the South African one, but no, it's definitely a Australian standard Garrett.
And it's brass.
Brass and white metal.
I'm going to get something out for you, Allie.
Oh, God. At this rate, I'm going to start crying because there's going to be all this stuff that I want and I can't have.
That's ongoing though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
What am I missing? Hang on a second. Oh, crap. What am I missing? Wait a minute.
You're having too much fun there, Steve.
Oh, wow.
I have a feeling there's going to be another brass model popping up in a second.
Oh,
Bring out your logos. Bring out your brass stuff.
no. Now Allison is frozen up. Oh, wait a minute.
Have I frozen again?
Nah,
No,
I
now
think,
you're okay. I think my internet is sucking this morning.
well, you are in the middle of nowhere, Steve.
Well, that's true. Well,
Yeah.
according to Roy, a container man, there's nothing in Southwest Oregon, and I would have to agree with that.
Yeah. Well, actually, Steve, in saying that, I actually looked up your address on Google Maps, and the way your house's address is nowhere near the actual road.
No, it's not.
It's like there's that house, and then the road that your house is addressed to is like, you know,
Exactly.
400 feet
Yeah.
away, and it's like, what?
Well, I can tell you how that happened. There used to be a single lane gravel driveway that went off of the main road where my mailbox is up to our house. And then somebody decided to name that they had to repave it. So now there's two names. You go off of my main road down to a cul-de-sac, and that road is named. And then you come up the other road to my house, and that one's named. So, you know, it makes it sound like I'm in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, cars, if you Google my address, you can't get here.
Yeah, because I was
You
looking
go
it
up
up. Yeah, because I can't remember why I was looking it up. I think I was just curious, and I've looked it up, and I'm like, how does that work? And for the love of it, I was just looking at it and I'm going, house is there, street's over here.
Okay.
House, street, house, street.
Right. Well, if you looked on Google Maps, you can see that we're really close to what's called the Applegate River.
Yep.
It's the only river in Oregon, and I think it's the only river on the West Coast that runs south to north.
What's
I
that
mean,
scraping sound in the background?
It flows north to the Rogue River in Grants Pass, and then flows to the ocean. So I can't figure that one out.
That's Wilma. That noise is Wilma, Ali.
Oh,
I'm now very, very, very curious.
like Darth
Okay, I
Vader.
forbid. Not as good as toilet paper, but close.
Hang on, I'm making Wilma's screen bigger because I want to know what that is.
Oh, it seemed like it.
I hear, yeah, firstly, I hear stealing.
Is that a Mikado?
Yeah, it's a Mikado.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's the Mikado that Benny from Creative Rails. When I bought that off of eBay, and it wouldn't even light up. It was trash. I was going to throw it away, and he told me to mail it to him, and it was a DC engine when I got it. Now it's DCC with sound. He got all the bells and whistles in it. He put an awesome sound card in it.
Wow.
And
that's great.
He got it running.
Nice.
I don't bring it out often. I don't bring it out often, mainly because it the only thing that's wrong with it is it's not much of a puller. I can 2 or 3 cars, and that's about it.
Get some
After
bullfrog
that-
snot.
Yeah.
Well, that might be it. I don't have no bullfrog snot. I didn't try that.
I'm
In
not
saying
sure
that,
where-
that just reminded me. Ali, Justin says hi from Train World.
Oh, yes, I think Justin and I have spoken before. Whenever I'm in Melbourne, I usually pop in there anyway.
Yeah. No, because I mentioned your name to him, and he's like, "Oh, Alison, yeah, no, she comes in every now and then." I'm like, "What, really?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
And I'm sure I've seen him last year at the show anyway when they came over.
Oh, I don't know if he. I'm not sure who went over there last year, but yeah,
I always go over and say hi anyway.
yeah.
It's at Train World where I learned about toothpaste. Toothpaste is a good weathering material because it's just fine enough and still coarse that if you put it a little bit on your finger and you rub away,
Oh yeah, it takes
away
like
all the
yeah.
layers.
Oh. Sure way to become a diabetic.
Drink enough of this and you will.
Oh, so far I've drank, I think 2 cans of Coke. I've had about a handful of jelly beans today.
That's a backup too.
Oh, no, don't do this to me.
That is just nice. I'm enjoying that.
That's probably one of my prized possession. That one and that one.
That an SD70?
Yeah, well, I just got that as a gift from Sparky. That 911 that just went by. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
This
All right.
Killing me.
What's that you got there, Claude?
This is I'm weathering, putting some rust on this corrugated tin roof for the stamp mill. and I got it painted. I did that a little bit earlier, as you heard. Well, this is the lower roof, and I still have to do the upper roof. And then this is the roof over the, this is simulated tar paper over the boiler house on the side of it. It's going to be an abandoned one, so because my time era, they would have quit using the stamp mill by then.
Looks good.
Yeah, it's coming along pretty well. I've been watching Michael McCarville's channel, and he kind of inspired me to start doing this. I've been putting it off for a while, and I've been just working on the bench work and track work and stuff like that. But now that I'm getting the trestle started in there as part of the track work, I had to do some of the plaster scenery in that area. So this is going to go in that little curve down, horseshoe area down in there on the layout. And just being an abandoned building on there. Should make for some good visual interest, hopefully.
Actually, on my layout, I've got a little abandoned scene. What is it? It's an old 060 switcher. Oh, doggy! Dog.
That's Gizmo.
Hello.
That's Gizmo.
Gizmo.
Gizmo. My grandkids have a cat named Gizmo.
He's adorable.
Yeah, he's my wingman, my fireman.
Oh God. I hate doing brakes on cars.
I hate ballasting. Actually, I like it.
No, I did brakes on a car today, and it takes hours for me to actually get rid of any of the crap that went up my nose. So I'm constantly trying to blow my nose for nothing to come. Oh. That'll have to do.
You know what's really cool about making your own rocks and stuff? You can use as much as you want, and you never know.
Yeah, well, you're lucky, Steve. You've got like a heap. Oh, that's right. Now I remember why. Remember how the other day we were talking about how big your property is? And you're like, it's not that big.
It's only 2.5 acres. It's not that big.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I looked at it and I'm like, geez, that is massive.
Nice loco, Allie.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's my baby. Pride and joy. Oh.
Oh, what the hell did I just do?
Like color.
Wilma disappeared.
Uh-oh.
I might have. Sorry, Wilma. I might have done that by accident. I didn't mean to.
Oh, you killed Wilmer. You killed Wilmer. Oh my God.
I don't know how to undo it. What did I do?
You killed
Wilma.
Oh my God. I won't tell anybody, but man.
Sorry, Wilma. That was my fault.
It's like, where's Wilmer?
There he is.
I wondered what happened there, and it said Shannon removed me, and I said, "What did I do?"
Yeah, because you kind of disappeared, and I'm like, what did I do? And then I'm like,
just
I
got
didn't
away
say
with it.
Conrail. I didn't say Conrail or Showstopper or anything like that.
oh.
Man.
Or Corona.
Wow.
Oh, don't say that.
That's a good beer.
Yeah, it is a good beer. I've got a few in the fridge at the moment.
Last thing I remember was saying how nice Allie's loco was, and I'm gone.
I know. You must have sworn because it was Australian.
Shannon.
Yeah.
I think Shannon's just jealous.
Jealous of what?
Really?
Wilmer like Allison's loco, yeah.
Well, that's the thing between Allison and Wilma. They've got locos that I want but can't have.
Actually, I wanted to show you guys something on this one.
Say what?
When are you going to ship my locomotive, Shannon?
I think my dog needs to go out. I'll be right
How
back.
big is that stay alive in there?
It's a TCS Cat 24. I'm not sure how big the
TCS Cat.
daylights are, but there's two in there, side by side.
Two.
Basically the size of a T1, but a little fatter. And I put them in all my F-scale stuff. Everything's got to stay alive.
Cat 24. No, I do not want to create an account. 5 to 10 seconds, so. And there's 2, 3, 4 capacities. Fuck. It's not going to be a fast parity.
Hey, Shannon, are you watching chat? Or are you just...
No, I'm watching
Nothing
chat.
happening in chat.
Yeah, nothing's happening in chat. I think they're just all listening to us in the background or something. That'd be my guess.
And they're probably all modeling as well.
I was wondering if they all left because I hadn't heard anything.
Hang on, I'll do a sound off. Because I know the other day chat went quiet, and I think Claude was saying that chat just all of a sudden stopped.
Yeah, you mentioned something and it just got real quiet.
Roy said it's not Conrail, it's the virus name. It's the showstopper.
Hang on.
Showstopper.
Which I think is right.
Ooh.
I think Steve Brown was saying he had one of his drive time videos got taken off for that very thing.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense at all when it's affecting the entire globe, you know.
No, but I can understand why they've done it, because what's going on is basically a lot of people would be using it for, putting fear out there, so to speak. So obviously, YouTube's put a massive filter on it, and because half their office is empty and they don't have a lot of people to monitor it directly, when it gets flagged, it just gets flagged and taken off straight up. And
makes sense.
It's kind of like, okay, we're not going to be monitoring it directly, so let's just put everything to high alert and we'll just walk away until it's all over, and then we'll figure it out later. But at the same time, it would have been nice if, if they turned around and gone, hey guys, just letting you know, half the office is going to be empty, so make sure you don't say this, otherwise this will happen.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Just a standard email would help.
yeah, exactly. I mean, how hard is it for them to go contact every creator, send? They could have even just put it as a bulletin on the homepage.
Right.
So,
They got all our emails.
yeah.
You got to sign up with them.
So we're still streaming, as far as I can tell. Okay, I'm just gonna check something because I have a weird feeling something's happening because I'm not getting anyone talking in chat.
Don't break it, Shannon.
No.
Did we get cut off?
Well, that's what I'm wondering because. Hang on, track side beans.
See, we started talking about Conrail and...
Yeah, I've got to pause this. I'm just going to check something because I have a weird feeling something's happening because I'm not getting anyone to... There we go. It's getting an echo. Test. 1, 2, 3. Oh no! You son of a bitches!
What?
Did they
What?
shut us down?
No, they shut. Live chat's been shut down. There's nothing
What?
going through live chat.
YouTube shut it down.
I just logged into my channel, typed something in, and it hasn't popped through.
Yeah, last thing I saw was Dale said Nate.
Yeah.
That's the last one I
That's
have.
the last thing I've got on here as well.
10:31. So
Crazy Joe
Well,
said
they
something
were
about freedom of speech.
yeah, any more in the States, that'll get you banned.
That is
And
super
Roy
annoying.
H.
That is
upset
super.
about saying Conrail instead of Showstopper.
So we got shut down then, right?
Well, the live stream's still running, but the chat is dead. I'm not.
Wow.
This functionality is
Sorry,
not.
something went wrong.
Hang on, chat's disconnected. Please wait whilst we try to reconnect you. What do you mean it's disconnected? I'm staring at it.
It's. I've got a message here saying something went wrong. Try reloading the page. We're working hard to fix YouTube for you as soon as possible. And the live stream has stopped, I think.
Like literally, look at this. I'll show you. I'll show you guys. Let me just minimize. So there's chat. There's me talking on chat and on my channel, right?
Right.
But it does not translate over here at all.
Well, this is what I'm getting.
Holy crap.
Like the monkey.
Yeah, got the monkey. Sorry, something went wrong.
I'll call BS on that. We got half a showstopper. What is this?
Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you.
Holy crap.
Successfully connected. Oh, that's you.
That is just... My God, that is just... Yeah.
Oh, it's come back, I think.
Nothing's communicating.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Wilma.
Yeah, I'm still not
I
getting
just
one.
got a text from Dale PRR guy Bass said that they've cut us off the stream, that he don't see nothing anymore.
Oh,
Wow.
Bill. Hang on, no, because I'm watching the stream right now.
Did you say the C word?
Sorry, it is a very
Wow.
bad habit I have that I'm trying to stop because my wife pulls me up on it every time.
Yeah, you mentioned the C word, man. Yeah, and we said that's a good beer.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Hang on. Let me go to my wife's account. Sorry, it is a very bad habit I have that I'm trying to. Yeah, the stream's working. Oh, that is annoying. Hang on, I got
That's
an
what
idea.
he said.
Yeah.
That's just the text I got from him.
Yeah, you know what? This is what I'll do. I'll stop the stream for the minute and I'll just start it up again.
Okay.
Isn't that going to come up twice on the page?
No, it'll still come up as two different videos.
That's what I mean.
So let's just go N. That is super annoying. I can't believe they did that to us.
He said the video's still going.
It is YouTube, right?
The chat is
Yeah.
cut off. they're telling us the chat is cut off, but the video is still going.
Yeah, well, I'm going to disconnect it. Tell Dale I'm disconnecting the video. I'm guessing they're all still hearing this. So I'm going to stop this stream, start it up again as like a part 2, and then keep going.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to start up and go. Do we have to do anything on our end?
Nah.
No. Okay.
Okay, I'll just wait. Oh man. Talk about Big Brother. Holy
Oh,
shit.
no.
That's bullshit, actually.
Okay, now it's like the servers died on me. What is this? What is this?